Nobody saw this coming. Not the fans, not the commentators, not even the people closest to the situation, because when Patrick Bet-David finally broke his silence on Erika Kirk's shocking new move toward JD Vance, the internet practically caught fire. One moment, everything seemed calm, controlled, predictable. The next, chaos. Whispers turned into headlines. Private conversations suddenly felt public. And fans everywhere were left asking the same stunned question. Wait, did that really just happen? It all started with a single appearance. A subtle comment, a carefully chosen word that didn't sit right. Erika Kirk, once fiercely guarded, once notoriously private, made a move that nobody expected, and Patrick Bet-David noticed immediately. And when Patrick reacts, he doesn't whisper, he doesn't tiptoe, he goes straight for the jugular. Sources say emotions ran high behind the scenes. Phones were blowing up, allies were suddenly picking sides. And fans? Fans were dissecting every frame, every pause, every raised eyebrow like it was a courtroom exhibit. Because this wasn't just a political flirtation or a casual alignment, to many, it felt personal. Strategic, maybe even calculated. Patrick's reaction wasn't loud at first. That's what made it so chilling. A pause, a tight smile, a long look straight into the camera that said more than words ever could. Then came the question that changed everything. Why now? That's when the speculation exploded. Was Erika making a power play? Was JD Vance part of a bigger endgame no one saw coming? Or was there a deeper betrayal simmering beneath the surface, one tied to loyalty, ideology, and unspoken deals? Fans are shocked not just by the move itself, but by what it suggests. Because in this world, nothing happens by accident. Insiders claim Patrick felt blindsided. Others insist he saw it coming and was simply waiting for the mask to slip. Either way, the reaction sparked a chain reaction that left relationships strained and narratives rewritten in real time. Friends went quiet, critics got louder, and the comment sections? Absolutely ruthless. As the tension builds and lines are drawn, one thing becomes painfully clear. This isn't just a reaction, it's the beginning of a much bigger fallout. And once the first domino falls, there's no stopping what comes next. So buckle up. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a story about a reaction, it's about ambition, perception, and a single move that may have changed everything. The tension was palpable the moment news of Erika Kirk's move toward JD Vance leaked. Fans were already buzzing with theories and wild speculation, but no one could have anticipated the storm that was about to hit. Whispers turned into frantic messages, and social media lit up like wildfire as screenshots, unverified claims, and half-heard conversations spread across platforms. The community was divided, torn between disbelief and fascination, because what Erika did wasn't just a casual maneuver, it was a statement, a calculated shift that sent shockwaves through the circles of power and influence that few dared to touch. Everyone knew that when Erika made a move, it carried weight, and now that weight was crashing down on JD Vance, on Patrick Bet-David, and on anyone caught in the crossfire. Patrick Bet-David's reaction, which would eventually go viral, started quietly but with intensity that few could ignore. Insiders described him as unusually silent at first, pacing the room, his expression unreadable, while his team speculated wildly about what he was thinking. His eyes were sharp, scanning screens, reading comments, checking private updates. And then, as if a switch had flipped, Patrick finally spoke, measured, deliberate, but with a tone that carried authority and suspicion all at once. "This isn't just a move," he said. "This is a game changer, and we need to understand why." His words immediately set off waves of conjecture, with fans dissecting every syllable, every pause, every glance, trying to read between the lines of what he really thought. Behind the scenes, sources claimed tensions were escalating quickly. Erika's allies were scrambling, worried that her visibility on this new trajectory could provoke backlash. Private messages leaked suggesting that some of her closest confidants were split, some encouraging the move as strategic, others pleading for caution, warning of the potential fallout. And while Erika remained calm publicly, the private conversations painted a far more chaotic picture. "I don't know if she's thinking this through," one insider supposedly texted. "This could get messy real fast." Meanwhile, JD Vance, reportedly blindsided by the sudden attention, was said to be experiencing a whirlwind of emotions. His team, usually tight-lipped, was reportedly fielding non-stop inquiries from reporters, friends, and even family members who were struggling to process the news. Vance, known for his controlled public persona, was suddenly thrust into a very personal spotlight, forced to navigate speculation, commentary, and fan reactions that questioned his intentions and motivations. Sources describe his reaction as a mix of confusion, strategic calculation, and cautious optimism, as he weighed whether to embrace the attention or retreat. The public response was instant and ferocious. Social media exploded with hashtags, fan theories, and heated debates, with some praising Erika for boldness, while others accused her of opportunism. The drama intensified as screenshots of private conversations, whether authentic or fabricated, began circulating, each one fueling a new wave of speculation. The commentary was relentless. Podcasts dedicated entire episodes to unpacking the potential implications, while live streams featured heated debates that often devolved into shouting matches. Fans were shocked at the level of intensity this situation reached within hours. The emotional stakes weren't just high, they were off the charts. Patrick Bet-David's continued commentary added another layer of tension. He didn't merely react, he analyzed, questioned, and dissected the move in real time. His commentary highlighted what some called hidden agendas and unseen alliances, suggesting that Erika's intentions might be far more complex than anyone realized. His followers were glued to every update, scrutinizing his every word, trying to determine whether he approved, disapproved, or was simply stunned. Patrick's credibility in these circles meant that his reaction carried enormous weight, and fans quickly realized that his assessment could shape the narrative in significant ways. Inside the Kirk circle, reports suggest emotions ran high. Private disputes surfaced over strategy and loyalty, with family members reportedly divided over the potential consequences of Erika's move. Arguments, some heated, some whispered behind closed doors, reflected deep personal stakes, ambition, reputation, trust, and the fear of public embarrassment all collided. Sources close to the family said that the atmosphere was tense, with friends and advisors walking a fine line between providing guidance and trying not to escalate conflict. Every conversation was calculated, every reaction measured, because one wrong move could spark a public relations nightmare. As the day progressed, additional layers of drama emerged. Anonymous tips, supposed insider leaks, and speculative reporting painted a picture of a network of alliances, rivalries, and personal ambitions. It was said that some allies of Patrick Bet-David were trying to mediate, suggesting that Erika's move could be a strategic pivot rather than a personal slight. Yet, the gossip and commentary kept the tension high, with each new revelation driving more engagement, more speculation, and more suspense. Fans couldn't get enough, clicking, commenting, and theorizing about the hidden motives, the secret conversations, and the next steps that might change everything again. Patrick Bet-David's public statements were particularly explosive. In one video that quickly went viral, he paused dramatically, looked directly into the camera, and said, "Sometimes, moves like this tell you everything you need to know about priorities, alliances, and intentions." Erika Kirk isn't just making a decision, she's sending a message. The camera lingered on him for several seconds, letting the words sink in, and viewers reacted immediately, flooding comments with shock, praise, and heated debate. Some fans read it as approval, others as criticism, but the emotional intensity was undeniable. Meanwhile, private interactions reportedly escalated tensions further. Insiders described text chains and phone calls with tones ranging from frantic to incredulous, as advisors, friends, and even casual acquaintances scrambled to interpret Erika's intentions. "What is she thinking?" one text allegedly read. "This changes everything for everyone involved." The sense of unpredictability, of high stakes and immediate consequences, made the situation feel electric. Emotions ran high, and each new day brought more twists, more leaks, and more public speculation. The drama wasn't just contained, it was everywhere, permeating social media feeds, podcasts, commentary shows, and private conversations alike. Add to this the speculation about underlying motives, personal, political, and financial. Sources claimed that Erika's move toward JD Vance was not just about visibility but also about strategic positioning, influence, and long-term power plays. The complexity of the relationships involved meant that every action had multiple interpretations, and no one could be certain of the truth. Fans were quick to pick sides, labeling actions as betrayal, brilliance, opportunism, or manipulation, depending on their perspective. And in the midst of it all, Patrick Bet-David remained the central figure whose reactions framed the narrative, keeping attention fixed on what might happen next. As part of this unfolding drama, insider claims suggest conversations that were both private and explosive. Reportedly, Erika herself had late-night phone calls with advisors, analyzing every possible outcome, debating the pros and cons of the move, and even reconsidering certain strategies based on how Patrick and JD Vance might respond. The intensity of these discussions reflected the high stakes, and sources said that the emotional tension was nearly tangible. Every word, every pause, every decision carried the weight of potential consequences that could reverberate far beyond what anyone initially imagined. And yet, despite the chaos, the public loved it. Fans were glued to every update, every comment, every social media post, dissecting facial expressions, tone, and wording. Theories were built, dismantled, and rebuilt in hours. Live streams hosted debates that ranged from thoughtful to chaotic, with viewers split into camps that championed Erika, JD Vance, Patrick, or simply the drama itself. The emotional rollercoaster was unrelenting, and the stakes kept climbing as the story developed in real time. Inside all of this, the drama was at its peak when reports surfaced of an alleged private confrontation between Patrick and an advisor close to Erika. According to sources, voices were raised, accusations were flung, and tempers flared in a room that was meant to be off-limits to the public eye. Details remained sketchy, but the leak alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy, sparking renewed speculation about alliances, intentions, and the next unpredictable move. The story had become a living, breathing entity that evolved by the hour, and no one could predict where it would go next. As night fell, social media reflected the exhaustion and excitement of the day. Memes, dramatic screenshots, and viral clips kept the conversation alive, ensuring that no one could escape the unfolding drama. Commentary videos analyzed every move, every word, every look, with predictions about potential fallout dominating discussion threads. Fans were shocked, intrigued, and emotionally invested, knowing that the situation was far from over. And through it all, Patrick Bet-David's response remained central. His reactions had set the tone, guided the conversation, and kept viewers glued to every twist forward, his tone measured but intense, saying, "This isn't about a single decision, it's about understanding influence, power, and intent." When someone like Erika makes a move, the ripples extend far beyond what you see on the surface. Viewers reacted immediately, some nodding in agreement, others questioning whether Patrick was revealing his own stakes in the drama. Either way, the intensity of his commentary kept fans glued to the unfolding narrative, waiting for the next explosive development. Inside the Kirk circle, divisions were becoming more apparent. Sources reported private disputes over strategy, loyalty, and public perception. Some family members were reportedly urging caution, warning that Erika's visibility could create a backlash that nobody wanted. Others allegedly encouraged boldness, framing the move as an opportunity to consolidate influence and send a message about ambition and authority. The arguments, though private, leaked in fragments online, fueling speculation and intensifying the drama. Every text, call, and private conversation became fodder for fans eager to decode motivations and predict outcomes. Rumors of behind-the-scenes confrontations began circulating. One insider claimed that a tense conversation between Patrick Bet-David and an advisor close to Erika nearly ended in a shouting match. Accusations reportedly flew about loyalty, intentions, and manipulation, though details remain hazy. The very leak of such an interaction was enough to reignite social media debates, drawing in fans, commentators, and critics alike. The story was evolving faster than anyone could keep up with, each revelation adding layers of complexity and keeping suspense at a fever pitch. As the days continued, the emotional intensity escalated further. Erika was reportedly fielding non-stop calls and texts, balancing public perception with private strategy. Advisors allegedly spent hours debating each public statement, anticipating reactions, and carefully crafting responses to maintain control. Sources said that late nights were common, with the weight of decisions and potential consequences pressing heavily on all involved. The narrative had taken on a life of its own, with fans and insiders alike contributing to a constantly evolving story where nothing was predictable, and everything was high stakes. Patrick's public statements were dissected endlessly. In one clip, he leaned into the camera, voice calm but commanding, and remarked, "You don't just make a move like this without consequences. Every decision has layers, and every reaction reveals more than anyone intends." The statement sparked immediate speculation, with fans debating whether Patrick was offering approval, criticism, or simply observing. The emotional intensity of the comment, combined with Patrick's influence, kept the audience engaged, their attention fixed on every nuance, every development, and every possible next twist. The narrative became increasingly complex as private messages allegedly leaked to the public. Texts hinted at rivalries, alliances, and hidden agendas, creating a multi-layered drama that fans could scarcely keep up with. Some messages reportedly showed support, others expressed skepticism, and some hinted at potential betrayals. The tension was palpable, and the emotional stakes continued to escalate, keeping viewers invested in a story that seemed to expand with each passing hour. Fans quickly became emotionally entangled in the narrative. Commentary videos, live streams, and discussion threads analyzed facial expressions, word choices, and tone, creating a tapestry of speculation that was almost impossible to navigate. Alliances were debated, motives dissected, and every new update treated as potentially monumental. The emotional investment was intense, with fans expressing shock, excitement, and anticipation, all while the story continued to develop unpredictably. Meanwhile, reports of private confrontations added even more fuel to the fire. Sources alleged that Erika and JD Vance engaged in tense discussions behind closed doors, negotiating boundaries, intentions, and next steps. The pressure was enormous, and emotions reportedly ran high as both parties navigated a landscape filled with scrutiny, speculation, and the ever-present attention of Patrick Bet-David. Leaks and whispers of these interactions only intensified fan interest, as audiences speculated about the true nature of conversations and the implications for future developments. As part of the unfolding drama, speculation about motives became increasingly intense. Was Erika's move purely strategic? Was it personal? Or was it a combination of both? Insiders hinted at complex dynamics, suggesting that relationships, influence, and personal ambition were all at play. The multiplicity of interpretations created a storm of commentary, fan engagement, and public analysis, ensuring that no one could look away. The drama had become all-consuming, captivating audiences who were desperate to see what would happen next. Patrick Bet-David remained a central figure, his reactions shaping the narrative and guiding fan speculation. His calm yet incisive analysis allowed viewers to frame the story in ways that were both emotionally compelling and intellectually engaging. Every video, every clip, and every comment added fuel to a narrative that seemed to evolve in real time, keeping suspense at a maximum and engagement at an all-time high. By this point, the story had transformed from a single surprising move into a multi-layered spectacle. The interplay of strategy, emotion, personal stakes, and public perception created an ecosystem of drama that was nearly impossible to follow without becoming completely absorbed. Fans were emotionally invested, insiders were reportedly exhausted, and every new day brought new twists, escalations, and moments of shock that left the community hanging on every word. And yet, insiders insisted the most shocking developments were still to come. Sources hinted at upcoming confrontations, revelations, and strategic maneuvers that promised to upend everything fans thought they knew. With Patrick Bet-David's commentary continuing to guide attention, and with Erika Kirk and JD Vance navigating a complex web of personal and public dynamics, the story was far from over. Suspense was at an all-time high, leaving fans desperate to see the next chapter unfold in real time. As the story intensified, insiders reported that tensions within the Kirk circle were reaching a breaking point. Private meetings, which were supposed to be strategic, reportedly devolved into heated arguments, with voices raised and tempers flaring. Some family members questioned Erika's judgment, warning that the move toward JD Vance could backfire, while others defended her as bold and visionary. The room, according to sources, was charged with emotion, as loyalty, ambition, and fear collided in ways that few outside observers could truly understand. Every decision seemed to carry the weight of potential public scrutiny, and the stakes felt higher with each passing hour. Patrick Bet-David continued to dominate the narrative with his insights. His public analysis, calm yet incisive, dissected every aspect of the situation, highlighting the hidden layers of strategy and influence. In one particularly striking clip, he leaned into the camera and said, "People often underestimate the ripples a single move can create. When someone like Erika makes a decision, it's never just about the surface, it's about influence, perception, and power." Fans immediately reacted, some praising his clarity, others debating his perspective, but the emotional intensity was undeniable. Patrick had not just reacted, he had framed the story, giving it structure and gravity that kept viewers glued to every development. Meanwhile, JD Vance's role in the unfolding drama became more complicated. Sources alleged that he was receiving advice from multiple fronts, trying to balance caution with opportunity. Private conversations reportedly revolved around public perception, timing, and the implications of Erika's move. Insiders described moments of frustration and hesitation, as Vance tried to anticipate how Patrick, fans, and the broader public would react. The pressure was immense, and the emotional stakes were heightened by the knowledge that any misstep could have lasting consequences. The fans, of course, were insatiable. Social media platforms were flooded with theories, reactions, and commentary. Hashtags trended, memes spread like wildfire, and live streams dissected every subtle detail, from a glance to a gesture. The community became emotionally invested in the drama, forming factions that either supported Erika, JD Vance, Patrick, or simply the spectacle itself. The intensity of engagement created a feedback loop. the more fans reacted, the more the story seemed to escalate, and the more leaks and insider information emerged to feed the frenzy. Behind the scenes, sources claimed that Erika's strategy sessions were now more intense than ever. Advisors reportedly debated every possible scenario, from public statements to private meetings, trying to anticipate consequences and shape the narrative. Emotions ran high, with some arguing for bold, visible action, while others cautioned restraint, warning that miscalculations could lead to reputational damage. The tension in these meetings, according to insiders, was palpable, with every decision scrutinized and every word weighed for maximum impact. Patrick Bet-David's ongoing commentary added a new dimension to the story. His analysis of Erika's move toward JD Vance was methodical, highlighting potential risks, opportunities, and the broader implications for influence and perception. In one viral clip, he remarked, "Every move has a cost. Every alliance tells a story. What Erika just did isn't just a headline, it's a signal to everyone paying attention." Fans immediately dissected his words, debating the intended meaning and speculating about the next move. The emotional tension was heightened, and anticipation built as viewers waited for further developments. Inside the Kirk circle, the stakes were increasingly personal. Private conversations reportedly revealed doubts, reassurances, and moments of intense reflection. Some family members were concerned about public backlash, while others emphasized the strategic brilliance of the move. The conflicting perspectives created an environment charged with tension, as loyalty and ambition clashed in ways that added emotional depth to an already dramatic situation. Sources hinted at whispered conversations, subtle maneuvers, and calculated decisions designed to maintain influence and control amid growing scrutiny. As the narrative unfolded, speculation about underlying motives intensified. Was Erika's move purely strategic, or did personal dynamics play a role? Insiders suggested it could be both, pointing to a complex web of relationships, ambitions, and influence. Fans were quick to weigh in, creating theories about hidden agendas, secret alliances, and potential betrayals. The emotional intensity of the situation was magnified by the multiplicity of interpretations, keeping the audience engaged, invested, and emotionally connected to every new development. Patrick Bet-David's influence over the narrative was undeniable. Sources claimed that his commentary not only framed the story but also shaped public perception, highlighting key moments, strategic insights, and emotional undertones. His presence created a lens through which the audience could interpret the drama, adding structure, suspense, and an emotional heartbeat to the unfolding story. Every video clip, statement, and reaction from Patrick generated engagement, fueling the narrative and ensuring that fans remained captivated by the twists and turns. Reports of private confrontations added further drama. Insiders alleged that tensions between Erika, JD Vance, and their respective advisors occasionally erupted, with accusations, warnings, and strategic debates spilling into heated exchanges. The pressure of public scrutiny, coupled with the emotional stakes, created an environment where tempers flared and alliances were tested. Leaks and rumors of these interactions intensified fan speculation, adding layers of suspense, intrigue, and drama that kept audiences glued to every update. The social media response was relentless. Fans analyzed every detail, from expressions to statements, generating commentary, debates, and theories at an astonishing pace. Live streams featured emotional debates, while podcasts dissected strategy, intent, and potential fallout. The community became a dynamic participant in the drama, with fan reactions influencing perceptions, interpretations, and even subsequent developments. The emotional engagement was intense, creating a cycle of speculation, commentary, and reaction that drove the story forward with unstoppable momentum. Meanwhile, insiders described late-night discussions as particularly dramatic. Erika was reportedly weighing every possible outcome, debating timing, and analyzing the potential impact on public perception. Advisors reportedly argued, reassured, and sometimes disagreed, creating a charged atmosphere where strategic brilliance and emotional tension intersected. Every decision carried weight, and the stakes were amplified by the knowledge that the narrative was unfolding in real time, with fans, commentators, and social media participants all watching, reacting, and speculating. Patrick Bet-David's ongoing analysis continued to shape the narrative. In one viral segment, he said, "Influence is a chess game, not checkers. Every move sends a message, and everyone watching interprets it. What you do next can change everything." The commentary, calm yet commanding, added a layer of sophistication to the drama, ensuring that viewers remained engaged, emotionally invested, and eager for the next twist. His words amplified the suspense, making fans acutely aware that every development mattered and that the story was far from over. As the saga unfolded, the emotional stakes continued to rise. Fans became increasingly invested, dissecting interactions, speculating on motives, and debating alliances. The interplay of public perception, private strategy, and emotional tension created a complex narrative that felt alive, dynamic, and impossible to ignore. Insiders hinted that the next moves could be even more dramatic, with potential confrontations, revelations, and strategic maneuvers promising to escalate the tension further. By this point, the situation had evolved into a full-blown spectacle. What began as a single unexpected move by Erika Kirk toward JD Vance had exploded into a narrative filled with emotion, strategy, suspense, and drama. Patrick Bet-David's reactions framed the story, guiding fan perception and adding emotional depth, while the ongoing developments created a sense of unpredictability and high stakes that left audiences on edge. The story had become a living entity, evolving with every statement, leak, and reaction, and the anticipation for what would happen next was palpable. The fans, meanwhile, remained completely captivated. Commentary threads, live streams, and social media interactions dissected every nuance, analyzed every facial expression, and debated every possible intention. Factions formed, alliances were speculated upon, and the emotional investment grew with every new revelation. The intensity was unmatched, and the narrative had reached a point where the unfolding drama was no longer just a story, it was an event that demanded attention, analysis, and emotional engagement from anyone watching. And even as the third part of this saga came to a temporary pause, insiders warned that the most shocking developments were still ahead. Whispers of new confrontations, hidden alliances, and dramatic revelations hinted that the story was far from resolved. With Patrick Bet-David continuing to frame the narrative, Erika Kirk navigating high-stakes decisions, and JD Vance balancing caution and opportunity, the drama was set to escalate even further, promising twists and turns that would leave fans stunned and emotionally invested beyond belief. And just like that, the saga of Erika Kirk, JD Vance, and Patrick Bet-David leaves us all on the edge of our seats. The twists, the whispers, the private confrontations, and the public reactions have created a drama unlike anything we've seen in recent memory. Loyalties have been tested, strategies have been questioned, and fans have been left shocked, divided, and completely captivated. The story isn't over. In fact, insiders hint that the next chapter could be even more explosive, with revelations that may rewrite everything we thought we knew. The emotional stakes are enormous, the tension is palpable, and the questions remain unanswered. Why did Erika make this move now? What does it mean for JD Vance? How will Patrick Bet-David respond next? And most importantly, what will happen to the alliances, the friendships, and the reputations caught in the crossfire? Every angle of this drama keeps growing more complicated, more intense, and more riveting. And while we can speculate, analyze, and debate, one thing is clear, the story is far from finished, and every moment counts. So now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. Do you think Erika Kirk's move was bold, brilliant, or a risky gamble that could backfire? How do you think JD Vance is processing all of this behind the scenes? And do you agree with Patrick Bet-David's reaction, or do you think there's more going on than he's letting on? Your thoughts, opinions, and predictions matter. They're part of the drama, part of the conversation, and part of the story unfolding in real time. Make sure to like this video if you were shocked by what you just heard, subscribe so you don't miss the next explosive update, and comment below with your take: who's winning, who's losing, and who's about to make the next move that changes everything. The drama is only getting started, and you don't want to miss a single moment. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and stay ready, because in this story, one move can change everything, and the next chapter could leave fans even more stunned than before.